All right, so let me throw this out to you, Spencer, okay?
Okay.
Because the people are addicted to a kind of like narrative cap that we put on the show.
Are they?
Yeah.
See?
If you had the excuse that you were only doing it because I was putting you on the spot and you weren't supposed to be good at it and it was all my fault, so anything that went wrong, you could blame me and you don't have to want to do it. You don't even have to say yes. I'll make you do it. Would you improvise dungeon mastering for a new kind of game set in outer space where we're like space people and we don't have character sheets because and you just kind of like you tell us what we can and cannot do like we're 6 and we're on a spaceship.
I like it.
And then we say, I'm going to do this. And then you're like, that's your turn. And you roll a die, and you're like, well, that's a high number. I bet you got that nailed. That's vaguely...
Yeah, that's
like,
not that.
but it's in space, so it's still magical.
Well, wait. It's magical?
Well, it's saying it's
tech.
like trope-driven.
Yeah.
Like it's like
trope-driven.
It's like you can make shit up, and it doesn't have to be like, wait, you said 3rd Street. Then,
Yeah. I mean, I'm down.
All right. Should we get some estrogen up here?
Sure, yeah.
That's a weird way to put it.
I don't know why I asked Rubens. Isn't that a better way of putting it than...
You're reducing...
Well, nobody wants to be
a gender
dehumanized.
to a chemical. That's pretty reductionist.
But in a lot of ways, that's very progressive. Do you think it's progressive that I based it on a chemical?
Well, no, I just want to come up.
Okay, all right, fine. I mean...
Yeah.
I would say that's very womanly, but that would be horrible.
I would say, caution me. Yay!
Yay!
We did it.
What's your name?
I'm Stacy.
Stacy.
From Washington.
Well, Stacy from Washington. Okay.
Hey guys.
All right.
Hey, before we start, can I tell you something really funny? Okay. I just have to do this. So I too had to buy a sweatshirt, and I was thinking about it while I was getting ready, and it's a I love Southern California. You can't see because I have
I swear I saw that one. Where were you?
Target.
Oh, okay.
Target.
It's just, probably just one
Anyway,
thing. Yeah.
well, you wouldn't get this color. I mean,
I almost I was like, well, I should just commit
but
to
it's
what's
better.
happening here
Yeah, I think it's better on me, but it's cool. And then the next one.
because of the estrogen like running through your
The
brain.
next funny thing is there must be a hypnotist in the audience.
Well, there probably is one.
No,
Yeah.
it really is. It was hilarious because it made it that much funnier because he was like, they were out of control and we're right behind, and he's just like.
Oh, he was angry? He was upset
I
about
mean, it was kind of, there was a little anger.
I was a little indignant, yes.
I mean, there was
There's an indignant hypnotist.
Well, can I say one thing before we bring him up, which I think is only fair to let him know? And obviously, I know the rest of you know it, but when I snap my fingers, you're going to remember you're not a hypnotist. I'm sorry. Thank you very much, Troy. All right, are you coming up? He's coming up. He's got a Pac-Man shirt. He's going to gobble up our time pellets.
It just made it so much better.
Okay. All right. Free for all. Hypnotist coming up. Are you?
It's getting hotter and hotter in here.
I like it.
I like the Pac-Man shirt.
Thank you.
Oh, and it says nom,
Oh,
nom, nom.
thank you. Hello, sir. What's your name?
My name is James.
James. All right. You can move that. That's just.
Sit on my stuff.
All right, James the hypnotist. Where are you from?
I am from Tustin, behind the orange curtain, as it's called, up here.
Okay. Do you know any canyoneers? I think that's where canyoneers are from, isn't it?
Canyoneers.
All right. Never mind.
Sleepy face.
All right. So you're a hypnotist.
I do have a caveat. I'm a hypnotherapist.
Oh.
I do real hypnotherapy.
But that's not trick hypnotism.
Yeah, you don't perform
Yeah,
at the
no.
Ice House in
That's
Pasadena.
just
Like I wasn't doing an impression of guys that help people. Like,
Yes, I am a hypnotist. All the way from the land of Tarzana.
boy. All
I
right.
thought it was Tustin.
Man, I think your anger was a little too much.
Misguided,
It
but
was.
as was your bringing
Well,
him
let's-
up, and
maybe he
and,
should-
It's all
like,
my fault, guys.
I mean,
This guy totally made me
Well, maybe he has a defense. Maybe he has like some reason he'd like to share with us, you know?
A reason for wanting to be up here?
Whatever.
Spencer.
My love is not enough.
So what's
Well,
your
no,
defense?
because all of them are thinking, I'll be on stage too. Fuck it. Like, that's the problem with...
I mean, there's cameras now. Now
yeah.
everyone wants it.
But,
Well, there are a lot of bad hypnotists in the world.
Uh-huh.
Not like good and evil. I'm just skill-wise, very very untalented hypnotist.
So you're just saying that his was just a one-off and it's not indicative.
It's very possible not to put words in your mouth.
Well,
Like indicative.
Yeah. Okay. I bet that guy was a shitty hypnotist. I think
Probably
that's
was.
what Dan was saying. Right?
yeah. Yeah, I think...
So
Cool.
space.
All right, so can you make us feel less awkward?
Yeah, it's called Kettle One. It's right here next.
All right,
to you.
yes, I'll take that. No, tell us like, how in the psychological community.
In the psychological community, yes.
I'm not hypnotizing you. How
You who I'm touching right now, you're about to ask me a question. That question is now going to be...
I don't get
how
it.
highly regarded is hypnotherapy? Is it?
It's in
great,
the psychological profession. Most psychotherapists or psychiatrists go to like a weekend seminar, and now they're hypnotists.
It's
fully
great.
trained.
It's great. It's a great profession.
And you did more than that?
I studied hypnotherapy for a year in Tarzana. That's why shout out Tarzana. But
My brother got hypnotherapy, and it's crazy. It really changed his life. He went from being like a kind of a punk kid to like a crazy-ass bodybuilder with all this drive and devotion and stuff. It's amazing.
But he still smokes cigarettes.
He doesn't.
No, oh, really?
You know, he stopped smoking, drugs.
What did
and
he go
stuff.
for? Is that what he went for?
Yeah.
Addiction
This
stuff?
guy that was his hypnotherapist, he actually studied in India. They're under like gurus and shit. Like it was some crazy ass business.
that may be a cult. You
I
might
mean,
want to talk to him.
if it worked for him, I mean, sign me up. I'll drink whatever Kool-Aid. You know, it was Flavor Aid. It wasn't Kool-Aid.
I told this story before. I know it about Schraub went to a hypnotherapist, and that's what that Community story was based on. When Pierce tries hypnotherapy on Britta, because there's a real story from Schraub about how he went to this guy, and the guy gave him this tape. It was like, I made this tape. You can take it home when you lay down, relax, go, and it'll be me talking. It'll help you be more secure and stuff. And Rob played the tape, and it was like the guy was like, you can hear his screen door opening, and his wife's putting away groceries, his dog's barking. It's like, this guy's pretty bad. And then he went in for an in-person session, and Rob, he put Rob under, and Rob was like me at the Pasadena Ice House, was like, okay, I'll be under. And then the guy fell down and hurt his leg, and Rob pretended to stay hypnotized because he didn't want the guy to be like holding his leg in pain, and then have Rob wake up and then and go, oh, let me call the doctor, and the guy would be like, ow, my leg hurts, and you were faking. I'm a bad hypnotherapist. Which wouldn't have happened, because if a person hurts their leg in the room, it should probably snap you out of it, right? It's not supposed to be magical. So he kind of actually did the opposite there by pretending to. He's gonna think, okay. So
I'm
anyways.
gonna die, and I'm just too good a hypnotist. I'm gonna die, and nobody's gonna help me.
Yeah. Why didn't you just snap him out of it? Like, snap out of this. And, when I snap my fingers, you will get me to the hospital.
I don't know.
It's a really useful ability in that case, I think.
All right, so that was, we did good with you, right?
Why, I like to think so.
All right, well, let's have a hand for the hypnotherapist guy.
That means I'm going to make you disappear.
You're supposed to...
Yeah.
And now, when I snap my fingers, I will...
Let's give him a hand, everybody.
Yes.
You see that, Rubens?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a bit that he could not take a suggestion, right? I'm not even supposed to be that good at it.
He's trained highly to resist suggestion.
Oh, that's what it is. It's like bouncing off of him because he's like armor plated. Okay, yeah.